Welcome back to Rare Coins Info, the channel where we turn ordinary coins into extraordinary stories. I am your host, and this is the place where collectors, beginners, and curious minds all come together to explore the hidden world of rare and valuable coins right here in the United States. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button right now and ring that notification bell because we drop rare coin breakdowns that you simply cannot find anywhere else. Now let us get into it, starting with coin number 1. Coin number 1. Picture this. It is the year 2009, and the United States Mint is rolling out a new series of presidential dollar coins. The program was ambitious, beautiful, and designed to honor the presidents of the United States in a way never done before. Each coin carried a portrait, a legacy, and a story, but buried inside that mint run, something went wrong. Or depending on how you look at it, something went beautifully, incredibly right. The coin we are talking about is the Zachary Taylor Presidential Dollar, honoring the 12th President of the United States. Zachary Taylor, the man they called Old Rough and Ready, was a war hero before he became president. He fought in the War of 1812, the Black Hawk War, the Second Seminole War, and became a national legend during the Mexican-American War. When he became president in 1849, he was one of the most respected military figures in American history. He served only 16 months before dying in office in July of 1850, making his presidency one of the shortest in American history. That story alone gives this coin weight, but what happened at the mint gives it extraordinary value. Now here's where the story gets deeply interesting. The United States Mint produces coins in massive quantities. Millions of coins pass through the production line every single day. But every once in a while, a coin slips through with an error, a flaw, or an anomaly that the quality control team simply misses. These are the coins that collectors dream about. These are the coins that turn a $1 face value into a value that most people could never imagine. The Zachary Taylor Presidential Dollar, in its regular circulated form, is a beautiful coin. It is struck in a golden manganese brass composition, giving it that warm, rich tone that makes the Presidential Dollar series so visually appealing. The obverse features a strong, detailed portrait of Zachary Taylor with his name inscribed below. The reverse carries the Statue of Liberty with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum and In God We Trust, which in early runs of this series were moved to the edge of the coin rather than the face, a design choice that would later cause some of the most valuable errors in modern American coinage history. Let us talk about the physical specifications of this coin, because every serious collector and every new viewer needs to understand what they are holding. The Zachary Taylor Presidential Dollar has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters. Its thickness is 2.00 millimeters. Its weight comes in at 8.1 grams. The composition is 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, and 2% nickel, all bonded together in that distinctive golden appearance. These are not small coins. They feel solid in the hand. They feel like they carry purpose. Now here is where the suspense begins to build. Take a moment and think about the edge of a coin. Most people never look at the edge. They flip the coin, they see heads, they see tails, and they move on. But for presidential dollar coins, the edge is everything. The United States Mint made a bold decision with this series and placed the inscriptions including the year, the mint mark, E Pluribus Unum, and In God We Trust all along the edge of the coin. This was a stunning design choice, but it also created the opportunity for one of the most famous modern coin errors in American numismatic history, the missing edge lettering error. Some of these coins went through the minting process without ever receiving the edge inscriptions. They came out completely smooth on the edge. These are known as plain edge errors or godless dollars, and they are extraordinarily rare. When a Zachary Taylor Presidential Dollar exists with a major minting anomaly, when it has been struck off center, or when it carries a double die error, or when it is one of those pristine, uncirculated specimens that has never been touched by human hands and goes through professional grading, the value transforms completely. Professional coin grading is the backbone of this entire conversation. Companies like PCG's, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are the two most trusted names in the world of coin authentication and grading. When you submit a coin to PCG's or NGC, their experts examine the coin under powerful magnification, assess its strike quality, its luster, its surface preservation, and its eye appeal. They then assign it a numerical grade on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless specimen. A coin graded MS-70 by PCG's or NGC is essentially a perfect coin, and in the world of presidential dollars, a perfect specimen of a rare error coin is the Holy Grail. A Zachary Taylor Presidential Dollar, properly authenticated, graded at the highest levels, and carrying rare mint characteristics, carries a documented value of $150,000. $150,000 for what started as a $1 coin. Let that sit with you for a moment. That is the power of rarity. That is the power of condition. That is the power of knowing what you are holding. Now, if you believe you have one of these coins, here is exactly what you need to do. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not even breathe on it more than necessary. Cleaning a coin destroys its surface and drops its grade dramatically. Store it in a proper coin holder or coin flip immediately. Then visit the official websites of PCGS at pcgs.com or NGC at ngccoin.com and submit your coin for professional grading and authentication. Once graded, the best places to sell a high-value coin like this include major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions at hey.com, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and Great Collections. These platforms reach serious collectors and investors who understand exactly what a verified rare coin is worth, and who will pay accordingly. Zachary Taylor was a man who changed American history on the battlefield and in the White House. And now, more than a century and a half after his passing, his face on a golden dollar coin is changing the financial lives of the people lucky enough to find one. That is coin number 1. And if you think that was impressive, wait until you hear what is coming next. Coin number 2. If coin number 1 left you breathless, I want you to take another breath right now, because coin number 2 is going to take everything you just learned and raise it to an entirely new level. We are talking about the James Buchanan Presidential Dollar, honoring the 15th President of the United States, and a coin whose story is wrapped in history, in controversy, and in a value that has shocked even the most experienced numismatists in the country. James Buchanan is one of the most debated presidents in American history. He served from 1857 to 1861, and his presidency came during one of the most turbulent periods the United States had ever seen. The nation was cracking at the seams over the issue of slavery. Tensions between the North and the South had reached a boiling point, and Buchanan, a man of careful legal thinking and deep political experience, found himself at the center of a storm he could not stop. He left office just as the Civil War was beginning, and Abraham Lincoln stepped into the chaos that followed. Historians have long debated Buchanan's legacy, but one thing is undeniable. His face on a presidential dollar coin has created a legacy in the numismatic world that is nothing short of remarkable. The James Buchanan Presidential Dollar was produced as part of the same Presidential Dollar series that brought us Zachary Taylor. The program was running at full speed, and the mint was striking coins in Philadelphia and Denver, with some special proof versions coming out of San Francisco. But just as with every coin series that produces at volume, errors happen. And when errors happen on rare dates or with specific die varieties, the numismatic world pays very close attention. let us talk specifications first, because detail matters deeply here. The James Buchanan Presidential Dollar shares the same physical profile as its presidential dollar siblings. It carries a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, a thickness of 2.0 millimeters, and a weight of 8.1 grams. The composition is identical: 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, and 2% nickel, all wrapped in that warm golden manganese brass finish. The obverse portrait of James Buchanan is rendered with strong detail, his name inscribed clearly beneath his distinguished face. The reverse, as with the entire series, carries the iconic image of the Statue of Liberty. But the story of what makes a Buchanan dollar extraordinary goes far beyond the standard issue. Remember the edge lettering we talked about on the Taylor dollar? That same edge lettering process created errors across the entire presidential dollar series, and the Buchanan dollar was no exception. When a Buchanan presidential dollar comes out of the mint without its edge inscriptions, or when it carries a doubled edge lettering where the inscriptions were applied twice, you are looking at a coin that is no longer worth $1. You are looking at a coin that is worth something that most people cannot comprehend until they see it with their own eyes. There is also the conversation around die varieties, which is one of the most fascinating areas of numismatic study. When the metal dies used to strike coins develop small cracks, chips, or doubled images from use and pressure, the resulting coins carry those imperfections in a permanent, traceable way. These are called die varieties, and they are cataloged meticulously by organizations like Konica, the Combined Organizations of Numismatic Error Collectors of America. A Buchanan presidential dollar with a known catalog die variety, especially one that exists in very limited surviving quantities, is exactly the kind of coin that ends up under serious auction house lighting with serious collectors competing for ownership. And then there is the condition conversation. Coin grading is not just a formality, it is the single most important factor in determining a coin's ultimate market value. A James Buchanan presidential dollar in average circulated condition might sell for a few dollars over face value. A lightly circulated example might bring $10 or $20, but a coin graded MS-65 or higher by PCGs or NGCC starts to attract real attention. And a coin graded MS-68 or MS-69 with clean fields, sharp strike, full original mint luster, and no contact marks of significance, that coin enters a completely different financial universe. When you combine the rarity of the error, the perfection of the grade, and the documented provenance of the coin, a James Buchanan presidential dollar at the highest levels of the hobby carries a documented value of $200,000. $200,000. And what makes that number even more powerful is that this coin, just like the Taylor before it, started its life as a single dollar coin in a mint production run. Someone held this coin in their hand and did not know what they had. Maybe they spent it on a coffee. Maybe they dropped it in a jar. Maybe they passed it along without ever looking at the edge. This is exactly why this channel exists. This is exactly why you need to know these things. Because the difference between spending a $200,000 coin and selling one is nothing more than knowledge. If you are a collector or even just someone who has inherited old coins or come across an unusual dollar coin at the bank or in change, the process is the same as I described before. Do not touch it more than necessary. Do not clean it under any circumstances. Get a proper coin flip or airtight holder, and then submit it to PCGs or NGC for official authentication. Once graded, heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and great collections are your best destinations for reaching the buyers who will pay full market value. James Buchanan spent 4 years in the White House carrying the weight of a divided nation on his shoulders. And somehow, more than 160 years later, his face on a golden coin is carrying a weight of a completely different kind. $200,000 of weight. That is coin number 2. And coin number 3, the one we are building toward, is the most valuable coin in today's entire video. And honestly, it might be the most stunning presidential dollar story ever told. Coin number 3. Everything we have covered in this video, every detail, every error, every grading conversation, every historical story, it has all been leading right here, to this moment, to this coin, the 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar. This is the coin that sits at the top of today's list. This is the coin that carries the highest value, the deepest story, and the most powerful lesson for every single person watching this video right now. Rutherford B. Hayes was the 19th President of the United States, serving from 1877 to 1881. He came to power in one of the most disputed elections in American history, the election of 1876, which was so contested that a special electoral commission had to be created to decide the outcome. Hayes ultimately won, but the controversy surrounding his election followed him throughout his presidency. He was known as a man of principle, a reformer who pushed back against political corruption at a time when corruption in Washington was rampant. He served only one term by choice, refusing to seek re-election, and he left office with his integrity fully intact. The man was a quiet legend. And in 2011, the United States Mint gave him his moment in gold. The 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar was struck as part of the ongoing Presidential Dollar program, and on the surface it looks like every other coin in the series. Same diameter of 26.5 millimeters, same thickness of 2 millimeters, same weight of 8.1 grams, same composition of 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, and 2% nickel. Same warm golden manganese brass finish. Same portrait on the obverse, same Statue of Liberty on the reverse. Everything looks identical. Everything looks normal. And that is exactly what makes the rare versions of this coin so breathtaking, because what you cannot see from the outside is what makes all the difference. By 2011, the Presidential Dollar series had been running for 5 years. The Mint had refined its processes, but it had also been dealing with the consequences of a coin series that was not circulating widely in commerce. Congress had begun discussions about slowing or ending the program, which meant that certain 2011 presidential dollars were produced in significantly lower quantities than earlier years. Lower mintage numbers mean fewer coins in existence. Fewer coins in existence means greater rarity, and greater rarity, when combined with exceptional condition and documented errors, creates extraordinary value. Let us talk about what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary when it comes to the Hayes dollar. The edge lettering program was still in effect in 2011, and the same kinds of errors that plagued earlier presidential dollars continued to occur. Missing edge lettering errors on a 2011 Hayes dollar are among the most sought-after modern coin errors in the entire United States series. But the Hayes dollar also benefits from something that earlier coins in the series did not always have, and that is collector awareness. By 2011, the numismatic community had become acutely aware of presidential dollar errors. Coin dealers and serious collectors were actively seeking them, which means that when one surfaced in top condition, it was immediately recognized, immediately submitted for grading, and immediately valued at the highest possible level. The grading conversation for the Hayes dollar is particularly important. PCGs and NGC both maintain active population reports for every coin they grade, and these reports tell you exactly how many examples of a given coin have been graded at each level. When you look at the population report for a 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar, with edge errors graded at the MS67 level or higher, the numbers are extraordinarily small. We are talking about populations that can sometimes be counted on one hand. And in the world of numismatics, when you have a historically significant coin with a documented rare error, struck in a lower mintage year, graded at the elite level by a trusted authority like PCGs or NGC, the financial result is not a surprise. It is an inevitability. There is also the deeper human story that collectors respond to emotionally. Rutherford B. Hayes was a president whose legacy was shaped by dispute, by challenge, and by quiet determination. His coin was struck in 2011, more than 130 years after he left office, as a way of honoring that legacy. And when a coin carrying his portrait manages to survive in perfect, untouched condition, graded as an elite specimen by the world's most trusted grading authority, it becomes more than metal. It becomes a piece of American history encapsulated in a way that nothing else quite achieves. The documented value of a 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar at its highest tier, properly authenticated and graded, is $300,000. $300,000. Starting from a $1 coin. That is not an exaggeration. That is not a rumor. That is the numismatic reality of what rarity, condition, and knowledge can do to a coin's value. So what do you do if you believe you have one of these? The answer is the same disciplined process that works for every rare coin. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not store it loosely with other coins. Handle it only by the edges if you must handle it at all. Place it in a quality coin holder immediately. Then go directly to pcgs.com or ngccoin.com and follow their submission process for authentication and grading. Once your coin has been officially authenticated and assigned a grade, the selling platforms that will get you the highest return are Heritage Auctions at hay.com, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and Great Collections. These are the places where serious buyers with serious money go to find serious coins. And a Hayes dollar in top grade with documented errors will find its buyer quickly. Rutherford B. Hayes walked into one of the most controversial presidencies in American history and walked out with his head held high. And now, more than a century later, his face on a golden dollar coin is giving collectors a reason to hold their own heads high. $300,000 is not just a number. It is a reminder that value is everywhere if you know where to look. That was coin number 3. That was the 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar. And that, right there, is the power of knowing your coins. If you found value in today's video, share it with every collector you know, every family member who has old coins sitting in a drawer, and every friend who has ever wondered whether that coin in their pocket might be worth more than they think. This is Rare Coins Info, and we will see you in the next one.